Here we go. This is the opening screen, so when they sign in with their GAF email, they'll get something that looks like this. They will not have classrooms, probably. So it'll say, no, you don't have any active classrooms. And as long as they have their classrooms set up with Google Classroom, it will be able to monitor. So you're going to go over here to add a classroom, and then very simply at the bottom, add a Google Classroom. And so here's mine for this year. We've got archived ones from before.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to take broadcasting, for example. Okay, it's already got all my students in there. If your roster changes, there's a button that says Sync Students from Google, and it'll just go back in and pull and see who's in there.
Okay.
Which makes it pretty easy. Okay. So now I have a class here. So if I click out and then click back, I'll see the class there. So it'll have data once they start using things. Over here on the side that says Start New Session. So if you don't have it set up to be automatic, you can just go on here when your period starts and just click Start Session, and then it'll start whatever restrictions you want to put into place. Okay, but I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to schedule my class. So I go over here to Settings, I go over here to Scheduling, and this class meets every day from 8:15 till 9:08, except on Mondays. But I'll just put 9:08. I'll just do this for the ease of it for now. I'll just put Monday, Tuesday.
So you could put in a different.
Yeah, so I could put it at a different time. It just makes it more complicated, so we'll just do that for now. And then I can, once I have the schedule set up, then I can modify. So Mondays is a bit shorter, so I think it's 9:03 or something like that. Okay. There you go. So now it's scheduled. And then we'll go to info. And this is the class. You can put the subject or whatever. And then students, and then sessions. And so let's see, we want to add a, so this button right here, reporting, what this will do is it'll send you a report of what they've done on the class period via email if you don't want that. And then in info here, it has what's called a default scene.
Okay.
So the scenes are kind of like what you want them to be doing. So this is the first step, is creating the class and doing all this. And then once you've done that, you can go in here and set up scenes. So these are my example scenes from last year. This was my history scene. And so I just added, okay, let's just start from the beginning. There's two main modes that GoGuardian uses. It uses a block mode and allow mode. Allow mode, all sites will be allowed except for the ones down here blocked. Block mode, all websites will be blocked except for the ones you add. I find block mode works better because you can never predict the new things that they're going to look at. That'll be distracting. So my default is always to go block mode. And once I go block mode, then
they can get on those things.
They can only get on the things that are included right here.
Okay.
And it has a bunch of, you know, like they have lists of things that people would use.
Okay.
But generally, I like to go in and pick the ones. So like I have Google Drive, I've got Kahoot, I've got Quizlet, I've got Pear Deck, I've got all the chess, I've got all the basics.
Okay.
And then this is my history scene. So I can create new scenes if I want to. I can go in here, add a scene, make a whole new list, label it. Maybe I do the same things on Mondays, and so I have a Monday scene, a Tuesday scene, a Wednesday scene,
Okay.
And so once I've created these scenes, and these are just, you know, so I've got a scene that's just a single tab. And this one's allow mode, and basically they can look for things, but they only get a single tab. So there's a 2-tab scene, so you can set the number of tabs that they can open. The tab management's down here.
Got it.
So maximum open tabs. And this kind of, if you're doing a test or something where you want them to stay focused throughout, you can kind of restrict that. I've got one that's just Quizlet time, so I just click on that one, and they can only get on Quizlet, and there's only one tab. So, you know, it forces them onto Quizlet.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the basics. So going back into here, If I go back into settings, I can set my default scene as history. And then I'll update my classroom. Oops. No, this is technology. Update classroom. And now, every Monday, from whatever time to whatever time, it's automatically going to send them to this. And it's all set up. Now, when they're in, so if I click Start Session, this is what it would look like if they're actually in a class period. They're not right now.
Correct.
And so what you'll see on this here is all of their computer screens, what's on them, and live. You can block their screens. You can't really do it right now
Because they're not on.
because they're not on. But there's a very clear button to block them. Hey, what's up? You can also enable chat where you can talk to them. And let's say they get done early and you want them to, you know, have free time on the internet for a little bit. You can go up here and end session, and that stops everything.
Okay.
And then you get a record of what went on, and that's what you'll get in these reports things when they actually have a class.
Okay.
So that's the basics.
So if I log in,
You should. I mean, we have a school account. I don't know if you're included in that list, but you should be.
okay.
And then you can log in and mess around with it. You don't have any kids, so
No, but I have Google Classroom for like new teachers, so
There
I could
you
have
go.
like practice with the
Yeah,
new
yeah,
teacher
yeah.
class
That's
when
a-
we have our trainings.
that is a great idea.
Okay.
And
That
so
way I get used to using it as well.
right,
and maybe
right,
sharing
and
it
you
with some of them.
can give them the experience of what a student will feel when you block them.
Get
so
nothing.
yeah. So anyway, this is the whole
Okay.
deal. These are my classes from last year, so I can go in and look at all the sessions and look at the reports and let's see, period 6 last year. Oh gosh, let's see, Michael Castillo. Let's go back last year. Oops, I'm spacing myself way out. Okay, let's go month. So let's look at him from May. Right here, I can see. Well, I guess he didn't really do much. Maybe that was spring break. I don't know. No, this is May. No, this is.
That's March.
Okay, that's. Well, I don't know what this. This is a little weird. It should show me something, but.
Okay.
In any case, you know the basics. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's wonderful. When you get used to it and you know how to use it, it can save your life.